rat comes into my house without getting taped.
God. Oh, shit!
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my...
You don't feel like the criticism has been fair?
That's the thing.
When it comes to content creators, few reach the level and fame that Logan Paul has achieved. From being a Vine celebrity, to a popular YouTuber, to successful entrepreneur, Logan Paul is the textbook definition of what an influencer should be. But his journey to stardom is not without struggle and definitely not without scrutiny. Because to keep the views piling in, you need to think outside of the box and ahead of the curve. And sometimes that isn't always a good thing, especially when we're looking into Logan's case. With more than his fair share of drama and controversy, Logan Paul is the prime example of how fame and fortune can change a person, making them blind to the damages of their own actions. Now, let's take a step back real quick here. We're getting ahead of ourselves. Before Logan Paul became the mega influencer that we know today, he had a humble beginning. Born on April 1st, 1995, in Westlake, Ohio, Logan was the eldest son of his family. He and his younger brother, Jake Paul, who you may also know, started content creation when they were just kids. Starting at 10 years old, Logan was already filming and editing videos for their joint YouTube channel, Zoosh, which was later renamed to L-Dog and J-Slice. A bit further down the track, when Vine was created, Jake and Logan started posting videos on there too, and gained quite the following. But that didn't mean Logan didn't have time for his other hobbies. He was a natural at competitive sports, becoming Westlake High School's all-star football linebacker in 2012 and qualifying for Ohio's Division I Wrestling Championships in 2013. But although he was a menace in athletics, he knew that his passion was in content creation, so he started making videos on the social media app Vine. He got so popular there, in fact, that he was able to form a friendship with several other quite large Vine influencers at the time, who he ended up moving in with after he dropped out of college to pursue his dreams of being a social media star. And in 2014, Logan would get that chance. Logan had just moved out to LA after leaving his industrial engineering program at Ohio University, and it seemed like he had made the right decision. His growing popularity on Vine had helped him to build up a solid community of fans on YouTube, since he would re-upload his Vines in a compilation format to the platform. The first Vine compilation that he uploaded got 4 million views in its first week of being live, and Logan knew that he had struck content gold. He started consistently posting on his channel, the official Logan Paul, in late 2014, and on this channel, Logan would upload a variety of different skits featuring other content creators like King Batch, Roman Atwood, and of course, his younger brother, Jake. By 2015, Logan was already one of the most popular influencers on Vine and had over 200k subscribers on his YouTube channel. His Facebook videos had racked in more than 300 million views, not to mention he was gaining a ton of followers on both Twitter and Instagram all at the same time. Needless to say, Logan was becoming a household name in the world of social media, and he didn't want to let this momentum just burn out. And in early 2015, Logan started making his way into Hollywood. He made his first TV appearance as the guest star on Law & Order Special Victims Unit, and had roles on shows like Fox's Weird Loners and Freeform Stitches. In 2016, Logan dove even deeper into acting, starring in a YouTube Red movie called The Thinning with Disney actress Peyton List, and he even started developing his skills off camera through writing screenplays and taking drama lessons. His following have gotten so massive that major brands like HBO, PepsiCo, and Heinz were trying to sign him into lucrative advertising campaigns. He was even able to sell a show titled Logan Paul vs. the Comcast themselves. All in all, it seemed like the sky was the limit for Logan Paul, but the higher you climb, the harder you fall. And just 1 year later, Logan would be at a turning point in his career, but for the absolute worst. Everyone ended up knowing his name, but not for the reasons that he originally wanted. On November 23rd, 2017, Logan released a music video for his newest single, No Handlebars. The song and music video were immediately criticized by both fans and haters alike. The single, which sampled the track Handlebars by the hip-hop duo Flowbots, was called out for sounding way too similar, to the point where it was no longer inspiration, but rather theft. Not to mention, the music video and the lyrics that accompany the song weren't any better. The main lyrics in the chorus say, "I can ride your girl with no handlebars," and the music video shows Logan Paul imitating bike riding, but with several real women. This action, along with the provocative lyrics, were called out for sexually objectifying women. To make matters much worse for Logan, one of the models that was part of the music video shoot, Eliza Johnson, spoke up in 2018 about her experiences on set. She told Psychology Today that she had no idea what was going to be happening on set until she got there, and she had just been told about Logan's involvement with the shoot 6 hours before it started. When she got there, she was told that she would have to be the base of the bike, which meant that Logan was going to be sitting on her. She expressed that she felt abused and ashamed during filming, as she was the only plus-size model there and she was forced to be the base of the bike. She had to maintain her composure and stay in her position for several takes, even though she was physically exhausted and her legs were giving out. And she did all of this for her to realize that there was going to be a significant pay discrepancy between her and the other models. Eliza told the media that she was getting a rate of $200 to $400, while other models were getting paid $600 plus. Although the pay issue ended up getting resolved, that didn't make Eliza feel much better about the situation. The criticism was piling in from all fronts. In fact, it escalated so much that the Flowbots frontman, Jamie Laurie, openly bashed Logan for his sexist lyrics and for stealing their song without asking. And if that wasn't enough, Jamie also released a track mocking Logan titled "Handle Your Bars." And the cherry on top of this whole situation, a copyright infringement case. Years after the song's release, the YouTuber was sued for copyright infringement in 2019. The song and video have since been removed from Logan's social media accounts, but the re-uploaded version can still be found on YouTube today. Viewer discretion is advised. Just a month later, after the no handlebars scandal, Logan would find himself in one of the most well-known controversies in all of internet history, one that changed many people's perception of him forever. The Sad Forest vlog. On December 31st, 2017, Logan uploaded a vlog to his channel that showcased a portion of his trip to Japan. In this particular video, Logan was exploring the infamous Ahikogara forest, which was situated at the base of Mount Fuji. This forest, according to Japanese history, has been well known to be a common place for Japanese people to end their lives, which earned it the name Forest. Logan had decided that as part of his Tokyo Adventures series on his channel, he and his friends were going to camp out in this forest and film the entire experience. However, the group wouldn't make it to nightfall because soon after entering the forest, they would find the corpse of a man hanging from a tree. Instead of scrapping the video, Logan decided to upload it regardless, with the body still in the footage, to his channel with 15 million subscribers. He claimed that he posted the video in an attempt to raise awareness for suicide prevention, but most people didn't believe that. They believed that Logan was only in it for the views and the money. In less than a day, the video went viral, gaining over 6 million views, and as if posting a corpse wasn't disrespectful enough, the entire group's response to seeing the body was comical. They were acting as if this was all just a skit, smiling and laughing and exaggerating their reactions. Not to mention, Logan was seen in the video wearing a neon green Toy Story hat. It didn't take long before the hate got so bad that Logan had to remove the video from his channel, not even a full 24 hours after the initial upload. He went onto Twitter the next day, on January 1st, 2018, to post an apology, but many people criticized his words, calling him self-centered and disingenuous. Countless people reached out to YouTube, asking for Logan's channel to be taken down, or at the very least, demonetized. Celebrities like Sophie Turner and Aaron Paul openly scrutinized Logan for the video. It was at this point that it seemed like no one was on Logan Paul's side anymore. He had gone from one of social media's most beloved creators to one of the most hated people on the internet in just a few months. And with that, Logan announced that he was going to be taking a break from content creation in order to take time to reflect on his actions. During this time, any and all productions and projects that involved Logan were promptly cancelled or delayed. His show, Logan Paul vs., was also halted, and he was removed from the roles in series like YouTube Red's Foursome and Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer's Valley Girl. In an attempt to make amends, Logan then pledged that he would donate $1 million to suicide prevention organizations, with a quarter of it going to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline. But according to the Mighty, only 318,000 of the pledge had been confirmed as of 2018. And just 3 weeks after the controversy, Logan tried to return to YouTube as if nothing happened. But as is the pattern with Logan Paul, something always manages to happen. That same month that Logan Paul made his return to YouTube, he was once again facing severe backlash after one of his videos featured a very disturbing act. After he had stepped outside and found 2 dead rats on his balcony, instead of disposing of them, Logan decided to take out his taser, aim it at the bodies, and then taser the dead rats. And as if he didn't already establish himself as an enemy to animal lovers everywhere, Logan then also decided to pull out a live koi fish from its tank and give it CPR, which just meant pressing on the fish's stomach repetitively while it was outside of the water, suffocating and gasping for air. This led to a ton of scrutiny from both viewers as well as animal rights organizations like PETA, which posted social media statements requesting for the removal of Logan Paul's video in light of his animal cruelty. With all of this happening just mere weeks after the Suicide Forest vlog, YouTube had no choice but to suspend Logan's monetization on all of his channels. That meant he was no longer gaining any money from the views on his content. YouTube said that this decision was necessary, as Logan Paul had been showing a pattern of behavior in his videos that makes his channel not only unsuitable for advertisers, but also potentially damaging to the broader creator community. With his YouTube career in shambles, Logan decided to pursue a different avenue of work: boxing. On February 24, 2018, Logan and his brother Jake announced that they would be fighting KSI and his younger brother Deji in a series of white-collar boxing matches. This was the start of a prosperous and eventful boxing career for Logan, as a year later in 2019, he would face off against KSI again in a professional rematch. But even as he pivoted further towards boxing, Logan still couldn't avoid the critics. At a UK press conference before the match, Logan attempted to rile up his opponent by accusing KSI of having 5 abortions, making comments like, "5 babies dead? I might return the favor and kill you." These insults caught the attention and the distaste of several abortions rights activists and caused a stir in the boxing community. In November of 2018, Logan launched his podcast titled Impulsive, and a few months later, the podcast would have its first controversy pertaining to comments that Logan made in one of the episodes. In January of 2019, Logan made a remark about the LGBTQ community on an episode. He said, "What is it? Male-only march? We're going to attempt to go gay for just 1 month." This comment naturally didn't sit well with the LGBTQ community, as it implied that sexuality, particularly homosexuality, was a choice. The LGBTQ community, LAD, called out Logan on Twitter for this comment by tweeting, "That's not how it works, Logan Paul." And rather than fully addressing the problem at hand, Logan gave a half-hearted apology where he didn't even say sorry. He said, "Very poor choice of words, my fault. Let's get together and talk about it on my podcast next week," which put a sour taste in a lot of people's mouths, because it seemed like Logan only wanted to address the issue if he was able to make content out of it and therefore make money. But none of these prior controversies come even remotely close to the monster that is CryptoZoo. In September of 2021, Logan released an NFT-based company by the name of CryptoZoo, which he told fans that he had been working on behind the scenes for months. The point of the game was for players to breed, grow, and take care of these NFT-based animals that would increase in value over time. Players would purchase the eggs, which were priced in Ethereum, and work towards growing the animals so that their price would also increase. And a month later, the developers of the game announced that they would be leaving CryptoZoo to work on their own version of the game, which would be called Zoo Labs. But that wasn't all. The developers would also send out a tweet that claimed that Logan and his team was stealing tokens from investors and not paying the developers the money that they were owed. A ton of players had already purchased the eggs at this point, since the game had launched in early September. Despite these concerning tweets, they were still expecting some sort of return on their investment. So when the hatch day came on November 3rd, 2021, players opened the game and expected to see a uniquely designed CryptoZoo animal from their egg. Instead, all they got were stock images of random animals, which showed just how little effort Logan and his team put into the game. But some could argue that investing into any of Logan Paul's crypto's ventures was a rookie mistake, because in July of 2021, Logan had already been accused of a pump and dump scheme for a crypto meme coin known as Dink Doink. Logan was under fire for trying to pump the value of this coin up, disguising it as a worthy investment to his fans. But what fans didn't know at the time was that Logan was actually a creator of the coin, meaning that he was pocketing a ton of money from the coin purchases. CryptoZoo died off quickly after its launch, but it once again went viral on the internet in December of 2022 after a YouTuber called CoffeeZilla exposed the game for being a complete scam in a 3-part document series on his YouTube channel, which I'll link below. CryptoZoo had raised millions of dollars in investor funding, but none of that money was going to the developers behind the game. It seemed like Logan and his team were pocketing the cash rather than paying those who were actually working on the project. Furthermore, the videos also criticized the game for marketing specifically towards the younger demographics, knowing that they were impressionable and easy to influence, along with claims that CryptoZoo team, particularly those on Logan's side, had inflated the value of the cryptocurrency Zoo prior to the game's launch, and then sold them later on after people started playing the game for massive profits. From these YouTube videos, a class action lawsuit was filed against Logan, which accused him of fraud and negligent business practice. Logan, in a response video, also threatened legal action against CoffeeZilla, but hasn't made any further comments about the developments of the case, and the video has since been deleted. Later, in January 2023, Logan went on Twitter to issue an apology and also give a promise to all CryptoZoo NFT holders that he would issue a $1.3 million refund in a rewards program to help those who have suffered losses from his game. On January 4th, 2024, Logan tweeted out that he's now started the process of egg buybacks for CryptoZoo. He has since started to buy back some of the NFTs from his fans that played the game, but only under one condition. Those that accept his money are also agreeing to not sue him. But to many, this doesn't seem like enough justice, because players suffered losses of around 16 million from the Zoo tokens themselves, but Logan is only promising to pay back up to 2.3 mil in losses. Now, despite all of these major controversies, Logan Paul still remains one of the most successful content creators out there today. He has a thriving business with KSI called Prime, which has reported nearly $1.2 billion in revenue in 2023 alone, and he continues to build up his boxing career, with several matches now done also in the WWE wrestling. But while he may retain his money and his fame, his reputation can never be repaired. Although many know the name Logan Paul, the number of his true fans is now dwindling, with most of his Day One community having long since left the Low Gang after seeing his true colors. Let this be a lesson to everybody that there are wolves in sheep's clothing, even in content creation.